Be strong.
Why learn English? Hi, Leah. How are you doing today?
Hi, Alex. I'm doing well, thanks. How about you?
I'm doing pretty well too. Hey, I was wondering, do you think it's important to learn English?
Definitely. English is spoken by a large number of people around the world, and it's the language of international communication.
That's what I was thinking too. I've been trying to improve my English skills lately, but it's been a bit challenging.
I understand. English has a lot of grammar rules and vocabulary words to learn. But the more you practice, the better you'll become.
That's true. Do you have any tips for practicing?
Sure, there are a lot of things you can do. For example, you can read books or articles in English, listen to English podcasts or music, watch English language movies or TV shows, or find a language exchange partner to practice speaking with.
Those are some great ideas. I've been trying to read more in English, but I still have trouble understanding some words.
That's normal. It's a good idea to keep a dictionary handy so you can look up words you don't know. And over time, you'll start to recognize more and more words without having to look them up.
That's a good point. Do you think it's important to have a good accent when speaking English?
Well, having a good accent can make it easier for others to understand you, but it's not the most important thing. The most important thing is being able to communicate clearly and effectively.
I see. I've been practicing my pronunciation a lot, but I still feel self-conscious about it sometimes.
It's normal to feel self-conscious, but don't worry too much about it. The more you practice, the more confident you'll become. And remember, everyone has an accent, even native speakers.
That's a good point. I sometimes feel like I'll never be as good as a native speaker, though.
Well, it's true that native speakers have an advantage because they've been speaking the language since they were children. But that doesn't mean you can't become fluent and proficient in English. It just takes time and practice.
Thanks for the encouragement, League. Do you have any other advice for me?
One thing I would suggest is trying to use English as much as possible in your daily life. For example, you could try thinking in English or writing emails or messages in English instead of your native language. It can help you get more comfortable with the language.
That's a great idea. I'll try to do that more. Do you think it's important to take classes or have a tutor to learn English?
It can be helpful, but it's not strictly necessary. There are a lot of resources available online for free, such as grammar guides and language learning apps. And as I mentioned earlier, finding a language exchange partner can be a great way to practice speaking.
I've actually been thinking about finding a language exchange partner. Do you have any tips for that?
Native speaker of English and who is also interested in learning your native language. And when you do find a partner, be sure to set up a regular schedule for practicing together.
That's great advice, League. I'll definitely look into that. Do you have any final tips for me as I continue to learn English?
One thing I would say is to be patient with yourself. Learning a new language is a process, and it's important to celebrate small successes along the way. And don't be afraid to make mistakes, they're a natural part of the learning process.
Thanks, League. That's really helpful. I feel more motivated to keep learning English now.
I'm glad to hear that, Alex. Just remember to practice regularly and be persistent, and you'll see improvement over time.
Will do. Thanks again for all your advice, League. It was great chatting with you.
You're welcome, Alex. It was great chatting with you too. Let me know if you need any more help with your English in the future.
I definitely will. Thanks, Leah.
No problem. Have a great day.
You too.